But that did happen to you. There was an attempt from the BJP or the Sangh to make you join them.
They've tried every trick in their book, but we will not give up. We will stand up, we will fight against it. It is like a post-dated check, they have given us a reservation bill, but then you don't know when the bill is actually going to come. And parties are after all a reflection of what's happening in the society. So tomorrow for any party, Congress party or BJP party or any party, BRS, to suddenly change their stand and include more women will be like dreaming about having gender pay parity, having no killings, honor killings, or having more pay to women, etc. It's all a far-fetched dream. If there was no SC/ST reservation, do you sincerely believe that there would have been so many SC and ST MLAs and MPs today in this country? I don't think so. Now they are coming up with these creative ideas of releasing movies. And who's making these movies? Directly BJP leaders. They are producing the movies. So you collate hateful content, you make a movie and you think people will get swayed by it. They might watch it. They will never get swayed. So Congress might right now, try to do whatever they've done in Karnataka, try to bring in various attractive schemes, etc. End of the day, Telangana people understand that political stability is much more important, which only BRS can give them.
Hello and welcome to New Filter with Dhanya Rajendran. Joining me today is a special guest, BRS leader Kavitha Kalvakuntla. Kavitha, thank you for joining my show. My first question to you is, it's an election where the BRS says they are confident of a victory for the third time. But as an observer, I could say that this is perhaps the first election the BRS looks a bit weaker than the previous two times.
Well, in these two terms, in fact, we've consolidated our position much better than the first time. Because first time we had just started on various schemes, various projects, which saw the light of the day, which got, results to the people. For example, Kaleshwaram project was a concept in the first term. Second term, we managed to finish it and we were able to give water to about 1 crore acres in this state. And as a result, we have jumped to number one in being paddy production, etc. So we're seeing the results. People now see the results. Today, whichever village you go to in Telangana, 365 days you have water in Telangana ponds, which once upon a time we used to dream about it. It was a concept in the first time. In the second term, we realized it. So when people see the results, they might not speak about it. Usually in governments and people, when they get something and they're content, they do not speak about it, but they will firmly stand by you. So you perhaps as an observer are not able to perceive, but as a political party who has ears on the ground, we do understand that people are content, happy.
But the Congress does look much better than what they did last time. They have been able to attract leaders from the BRS itself. Now, though what you speak about are policies for which people may or may not have gotten benefits, the fact is also politics is also about perception. And there are a lot of leaders who have left the BRS, at least in the recent few weeks. How will that impact the party?
Well, when you're very close to an election in any state or in the center or anywhere in the world, you see a lot of shift of leaders who are denied opportunities in one party go to the other. So if you look at Telangana specifically, if one person has left from BRS to other parties, at least 3 other people have come into BRS from other parties. That has been the ratio with which we are working here in Telangana. Plus the political stability that BRS could give. People know, and very well from a lot of bad experiences that we've had with Congress, you will never be stable politically if Congress party comes into power, because they try to pull each other down, they try to topple their own CM candidate. Somebody else wants to be the CM, somebody else wants to be the PCC. So if you look at the Congress stage today, there are 5 CM candidates. Nobody knows who their CM candidate is. This one person is PCC now. Next 6 months, people are not sure if he'll still remain there. So that has been how the Congress party's functioning is. So Congress might right now, try to do whatever they've done in Karnataka, try to bring in various attractive schemes, etc. End of the day, Telangana people understand that political stability is much more important, which only BRS can give them.
The leaders that you spoke about, that some have gone to the Congress, but meanwhile others have come. Now there are leaders like Hanumant Rao from the BRS who perhaps has influence only in his constituency, but you also have someone like Srinivas Reddy who has influence in Khammam district itself, right? So his departure, for example, from the BRS, isn't that something that you are concerned about?
Not at all. See, Srinivas Reddy was in our party last term, and how many did we win in Khammam? So if he's going to Congress, how many will be able to make Congress
You
win
won
there?
2 in Khammam, but even that you could lose.
Not at all. And that was not because of Srinivas Reddy. There are 10 seats in Khammam. If Srinivas Reddy was such a tall leader, we would have won all 10, right? So if he's gone out to the Congress, let's see how many Congress will win. You and I are not going anywhere, right? So usually it's not about one particular leader who can influence a district or two. Here, the situation is different because there is no leader who can match up to KCR's persona. KCR is a person who has worked hard to get the state, now which was never going to happen. 6 decades dream which came true because of his hard work, blood and sweat. Now, after the state formation, he did not rest, right? He did not say, done, I am done with my job. He made sure that whatever we dreamt of during the struggle, we made sure it came true. So people know there is no personality. We can today say, my BRS's CM candidate is KCR. Who is Congress's CM candidate? Who is BJP's CM
But
candidate?
Kavitha, this political stability that you speak about is also because yours is a party which is tightly controlled by a family. The Congress, that way, they may be controlled by a family in Delhi, but here it is not so. It is more of a democratic setup, right? So that could also come as a criticism that this political stability comes at the cost that one family keeps it together.
Well, you are contradicting yourself, Dhanya, there. You are saying that Congress is tightly controlled by one party. BRS
In Delhi,
is also,
yes.
No, not in Delhi. See, the center of power is Delhi, through which they control. And that precisely was the problem of Telangana. When we did not want to merge with Andhra in 1950s, it was controlled from Delhi. The switch was in Delhi. They said you have to merge with Andhra. Then in 1969 when we fought, it was the instructions from Delhi which killed 350 of our youth here. And we kept on fighting time and again. It was the Delhi that was controlling the politics of Telangana. So people of Telangana are very well aware. And see, now today, if BRS has to take a revolutionary decision per se, where do we take the decision? At Hyderabad. Now, if you elect Congress, every small tiny decision, people have to run to Delhi. Now, today, October 3rd, we are in the phase of the election. BRS has already declared 115 candidates and all our candidates are on the ground campaigning. Where are the Congress candidates? Most of them are waiting in Delhi to confirm their ticket. So Congress party is full of contradictions. Congress party is full of hypocrisy. Whatever they've said in Bangalore, they're not saying it in Telangana. Whatever they'll say in Telangana today, tomorrow they'll not say the same thing in Rajasthan. So people understand that Congress party does not have a universal stand, nor it has the ability to deliver the promises that they make in any state.
But one thing that the Congress is doing in Bengaluru and trying to do the same in Telangana are its promises. The free bus travel for women, cash transfers for women, a lot of their promises they have replicated. What will the BRS now think about how to counter these promises? Because they are welfare measures, or as some would call it, freebies. I don't use the term, but which could be attractive to a large number of the populace, right?
Well, BRS always has given their people a possibility to believe in their future. And in the present, whatever welfare or whatever immediate social protection they required, we always gave that. For example, in the Telangana is the only state where we give pension to BD workers. Congress was in power for 65 years. TDP was in power. They did not care about BD workers at all. There are lakhs of BD workers in Telangana whom we give pension. So Congress might come up with 100 schemes, but Congress will never be able to resonate with people of Telangana because they don't understand Telangana. They do not. So if you want to emulate the same schemes that you've given in Karnataka, what is your compassion with Telangana? What is your attachment with Telangana? And if Rahul ji had to come and unveil the schemes here, what is the input of Telangana Congress leaders that you've taken? What is their hard work? Nothing. In the last 10 years when Telangana was formed and during the struggle of a new state trying to stand up, for 101 issues that we raised, I was in parliament for the first term, raised, none of the Congress leaders came in support of Telangana. So Congress were always just the bystanders, looking at how Telangana was losing resources, how BJP was not giving any of fulfilling any of reorganization promises. They don't speak when Telangana is, not getting its due share. But when Telangana manages to stand up because of BRS, because of KCR, today we are a growing state, fastest growing state in the nation. Now they want to come and say that we've done everything, we want to do this, and people won't get diverted by this tactics, is what I say.
What about the BJP? Where do you think their standing is? And Bandi Sanjay's, the whole yatra, for example, there was a lot of effort to communalize the state. In fact, they keep speaking about AIMIM, Razakars, and BRS in one breath. So we are also going to see a movie coming out called The Razakars. Where do you see the BJP?
Well, that is their very properly, typecasted agenda that they come to every state with. They have a set agenda. First, their leaders will try to communalize. They'll pick up small little issues. Mandir ke niche masjid ke niche mandir hai, all those nonsense. Every state they have to do that. They tried to do that here. It did not work out. Not even a single incident of communal violence we let it happen here. In this state, not even a single violent incident of communal violence in the last 10 years. Because we were very firm, and our communal fabric is very, very tightly knit, and we will make sure it is like that. So BJP's ploy did not work. Then they tried multiple things, trying to use all the agencies, etc., on most of our MLAs, MPs, etc. Now they are coming up with these creative ideas of releasing movies. And who's making these movies? Directly BJP leaders. They are producing the movies. So you collate hateful content, you make a movie, and you think people will get swayed by it. They might watch it, they will never get swayed, because we were the ones who lived through the experience of what happened after the state formation. And this movie talks about something that happened in 1948, 45, 42, right? So we are talking about the current experience of the Telangana people, of peace, of harmony, of growth, of development. They cannot counter it with those movies.
But they do have a plan, which is, it's not just about one movie, right? They have lots of movies where Muslims, for example, are painted as villains, and anyone who then works with them are also painted as villains, which is in your case the AIMIM and the BRS. So it's not just about one movie, it's about continuously producing this kind of content.
Well, this is a new political practice that the BJP has got into this country, and they use an army of social media trolls who constantly keep pushing, and they literally have a WhatsApp army which keeps sending nonsense to your phones. So some people get swayed by it, and they're shamelessly lying BJP all the time. Per se, if you are giving 1,000 rupees pension to BD workers now, which has gone up to 2,000, they shamelessly send WhatsApp messages saying this is given by Narendra Modi. I mean, the claims are unreasonable, unrealistic, and pure lies. But in the last 10 years, people have realized that. People understand that these guys are lying, we need to counter them. And political parties also, like BRS, like Congress, which were traditionally on the back footing in terms of social media, etc. Now we also have social media cells. We counter these lies, we spread the truth, we give the facts and figures. So every disease has a medicine. So we will counter BJP's false propaganda.
You spoke about agencies being used. You yourself, you're not an accused in the case yet, which is called the Delhi liquor scam, but the ED has been trying to call you for questioning and perhaps arrest you. What has that entire experience been like? How are you going to keep challenging what the ED has been saying? Because after Senthil Balaji's arrest, the ED does have some backing from the court that they can go ahead and arrest people.
See, one thing, courts have stood with me. Courts have stood with many people in this country whenever, not only now, in the previous governments also, there were excesses of agencies. Courts have stood. So I do have that unflinching trust on the judicial system of this nation. Having said that, whenever certain agencies act in excesses, people now understand very clearly, and it has become a joke now. So whichever state is poll bound, before Modi goes there, ED goes there. That is how people, coin it, and they make fun of it. So there is nothing to be taken seriously. It is all a very political game plan, which we will counter politically and legally also. So we just need to be calm, tell our people what is happening, which we are used to doing during the Telangana agitation also, because every day one or the other party would come up with some comment, some excess statement, or for example, Weiler Ravi once said, "Is it a dosa to give away? Telangana is not a dosa." So people were very excited. We said, "No, no, he is a Congress party important leader, but we have to keep the calm, we have to keep the momentum. Do not go." Either ways, because we will lose the eye on the ball. So now the ball is the development and the growth trajectory on which Telangana is. So we don't want to get deflected from that. They
So
might
you're
try
saying that
anything.
this whole ED case is just a deflection, that
Absolutely.
they don't have any real material.
Absolutely.
But they are saying there are a lot of people who have turned approvers in the case, people who are arrested. I've been through the charge sheet and the remand report. So people who were arrested, several of them have turned approvers, they're out on bail, several of them have not. But the ED's case is built on approvers, right? Who apparently have said that you are part of this South cartel.
See, I'm no legal paragon to comment on this whole process of how the investigation is happening. I will not, because it is also a sub judice matter. But I'll say this: agencies are not being fair. It is a matter of fact, established fact in this country. Although they're not being fair, since the judiciary is giving support to the victims, we will fight, we will stay strong, and we will face it politically. That much I can say. Wherever they've put cases like Himanta Biswa Sarma, who was put a case on ED, it stalls once he joins the party, and now he's the CM of one of their state. Sindhya ji had a case, then he joins, he's a central minister. So we are clearly seeing how the agencies are being used. So people who don't want to side with them, people who don't want to heed to their pressure tactics, like us, suffer. So we will suffer, but it is in the interest of democracy and in the interest of people that some people who can should stand up, and I will stand up.
But that did happen to you. There was an attempt from the BJP or the Sangh to make you join them, right? Can you tell me about that?
No, see, BJP as a party has tried every trick in their book to, disturb political parties, disturb the elections ongoing in various states, etc. So it's their set standard format, not specific to Telangana, specific to Tamil Nadu. You've seen when there were elections happening in Punjab, they go and raid Punjab CMs, their whole clan, their cousins, everybody is raided. Tamil Nadu elections are happening, same thing happens. Telangana elections are coming, the same thing will happen. So it's no big deal, nothing to discuss about it. They've tried every trick in their book, but we will not give up. We will stand up, we will fight against it. It is, end of the day, a political game, and whoever stands the ground will win the hearts of the people. And I'm very confident in the leadership of Honorable KCR Garu, we will win the hearts of Telangana people.
But I want to just persist on that. If at all, when somebody approached you, you think that if that offer had been taken up then, which BJP gave you, then you wouldn't have.
Dhanya, we are very strong people. We're from a movement background. We stood for the rights of our people and our region, despite many obstacles even during agitation. Now our state is there, our people are with us, we are on a development trajectory. What is there to worry about? We will not get deflected by small, tiny tidbits that others might offer. We will not take the easy route. We will go the hard way, but in the interest of the state. So we will stick to the hard way. We will fight it out. We will remain with the people of Telangana.
Moving away from the BJP and the Congress, something that you have been speaking about a lot is the Women Reservation Bill, right? Now the bill has been passed, the President's assent has come, but it looks like in reality, we are not going to have the 33% reservation for quite some time. What is your take on how the entire bill panned out?
It's just a political stunt. It is like a post-dated check, they have given us a reservation bill, but then you don't know when the bill is actually going to come.
Do you actually write a date on a post-dated check?
Sometimes you cannot also.
But this one doesn't have a post date.
It doesn't have a date also. They're just saying 33%. But unfortunately, two major things that are missing in that check. One, you're not even including the OBC women or out of the OBC most backward women, none of them are included. So you are leaving out a major chunk of women population, which is not correct. That has to be included. Two, from when can it be enforced? They're silent about it. So that clearly shows their agenda. They're going to just use it as a political stunt to get some women votes and to tick off one item from their manifesto saying we've done it. But ultimately nothing will come out of it. Like most of BJP's promises. Like I don't think anybody has ever seen a bullet train yet, which was supposed to take off, I think, in some 2018 or 2019. It never came up. They promised aims in many, many states. They never came up. They came here and they promised again a plethora of things, which I'm sure will never come up. So we understand now BJP for making shallow promises. People understand, and that is where my confidence comes from. They will not, or their campaign will not resonate with the people of Telangana because they don't see anything on the ground happening.
I'll come back to the Women's Reservation Bill, but because you said the BJP's promises, one thing the Prime Minister himself has come and announced is a turmeric board. That's been your demand for many years, right?
Let's see. We'll comment on it later. We're still understanding what does he mean. So we'll just.
So you're saying that also will be like a post-dated check?
I have no clue. We'll just respond. We'll see.
So this Women's Reservation Bill, when you spoke about it, you did a dharna in Delhi, you have been speaking about it. There was also a lot of criticism, which I completely agree with, that your party itself has never been accommodative of women. When the cabinet was made, I think in 2018 after the election, there were no women. It was only after the first reshuffle. Even this time, I think around 6 to 7 women have been given seats. So isn't there a shred of hypocrisy there that yes, you are fighting for Women's Reservation Bill, but within your party, that change is never coming?
See, first of all, we have to understand how democracy works. There have to be systems that have to be set in place which will function if a person or an institute is there or not. For example, when the country was formed, SC/ST reservations were given. Universal franchisee was given. So men, women, educated, uneducated, everybody could vote, no caste, no creed. So once they set up the systems, they're continuing. Now, if you don't set up, at least now, if you don't set up the women's reservation quota, it will always be, the same question. What is Kavitha doing? What is Kesia doing? What is Dhanya doing? What is Kanimoli doing? It doesn't matter. Individuals will stay today, tomorrow we are all gone. But the systems will remain. So when you call me hypocritical, I totally agree. Not only me, every other party in this country, including the left parties who speak so high, their own committees don't have any women. I don't even remember if they ever made a general secretary a woman. Did they? I have no idea if they did. One of their main Politburo members will be somebody's wife again. That is how it has been in the whole of the leftist parties also. So my simple point is this: as a novice to politics, I've worked with people movements, but I'm just a first-time MP and then now an MLC. I understood one thing: if you can put systems in place, they will last forever. That is why when the physically disabled bill was happening in the parliament, we fought for the reservation to be increased from 4% to 5%. Then when the time came for implementation here, in every department I go around trying to enforce that, to make sure the system works. Once the system is established, then it does not depend on individuals like parties.
What is the resistance? There are parties like Mamata Banerjee's TMC and Naveen Patnaik's party, which did bring 33% reservation, right? Why is it that the liberal progressive parties here, like the DMK, the TRS, or even the CPM, are not able to emulate that? What is it that, what do the men in the party think about bringing more women?
Well, that is for the men to answer.
No, but what happens in your party meetings? Do they say no, women cannot win?
No. That is for the men to answer to begin with. Two, as a party, they should get everybody on board. They're not able to. Obviously, due to factors like resistance, or probably they pitch in winnability, etc., or whatever it is. I'm saying, regardless of what are the obstacles, I'm only thinking about what is the solution. And the solution is a constitution-enabled protection which will last forever for this women of this nation. So that is why I struggled. Many people criticize. I said, fair enough, welcome, because we are all guilty. Every political party in this country is guilty. Madam Jayalalitha was there. She managed to push in many women. After her, you look at
Not as many, no.
Well, she did, at least better than all of us, rest of us. Mamta Di did, Naveen Patnaik ji did. But those are individuals. And they were, see, now madam is not there. Tomorrow these parties, who will run them, we don't know. So permanent protections have to be in place. That is why we need a bill. Now we got the bill. Now the idea is to push for two things: quick enforcement as soon as possible. How can it be enforced? Two, how do we include more OBC women? This is very, very important, because otherwise then OBC women will be left out in many states. There are anomalies, like states like Tamil Nadu, I think, already have more OBC representation, etc., of men, not women. So once we get that quota, then more women from every community can come in. Well, I think India as a society, patriarchy is ingrained in our brains. Most often, even women behave like men, trying to curtail the opportunities of women that we've seen many a times, because you are end of the day seasoned or over a period of time to think like how the whole society thinks. And parties are, after all, a reflection of what's happening in the society. So tomorrow, to for any party, Congress party or BJP party or any party, BRS, to suddenly change their stand and include more women, will be like dreaming about having gender pay parity, having no, killings, honor killings, or having more pay to women, etc. It's all a far-fetched dream. So wherever you can, if you by authority protect women, then that will slowly percolate into the society. So that is why if you can by authority say that you have to have 33% of women in assemblies and parliament, slowly it will percolate down. First generation, I'm not confident any new women might come in, but first term, second term, many young women will come. And people like us, parties like us, and I'll personally take it up as my responsibility to go across, train people in leadership, encourage them to think about stuff, tell them how parliament works, how politics works. That's one of my agenda which I would really want to dedicate myself to work on, because you won't get leaders immediately by next day. So while working for the reservation, we all of us should together work to improve leadership quality in women and both in men alike, because now, because of the education, job opportunities across various states, nations, thinking about social activities or society has gone down a little bit is what I feel. But how do we come back with much more force in that area is important.
That's a really harsh comparison that you're saying, that to aspire for parties to become non-patriarchal is almost like thinking there will be no honor killings, right?
Absolutely.
So I want
It
to
is a reflection, yeah. And you can never think or assume even for a bit that political parties or movies are not a reflection of what is happening in the society. End of the day, it boils down to that. So if you are trying to field a candidate and somebody else is saying no, she can't win, imagine the party's position. So, or forget about women for a minute. If there was no SC/ST reservation, do you sincerely believe that there would have been so many SC and ST MLAs and MPs today in this country? I don't think so. No, it would not have happened, because nobody is going to give away power on a platter to anybody who's less powerful at that point of time. One has to grow independently, show them that I am also capable, then maybe yes. But otherwise, nobody is going to just say, okay, please come, I'll give you a seat here, be in power. Nobody will do that.
would that apply to you also, in the sense that your family is into politics, your father is a chief minister, your brother is there, your cousin is there, but if you look at the men of the party, would you believe that you as a woman has struggled more, and that you don't get everything on a platter like they would?
See, I actually did not choose to join the party when I came into public life. I ran my own organization for a long time. After the formation of Telangana, first time I directly contested as an MP. Of course, I'm a party member from the beginning, that's a different story, but I did not work in the political system itself. I was running an NGO, I was carving out my own path. I crossed over into becoming an MP. So that really makes me a junior in the party. So I don't think I've been denied any opportunities because of that factor. I became an MP, then party gave me an MLC despite losing the election. So I believe they've honored me. They've not denied me of any opportunities is what I feel. But did other women in the party get the same opportunities? I would have to say no. And that is the whole fight about. That is the whole struggle about.
You talked about the laws, right? How did you deal with that? Because BRS is in power here, and it's obviously assumed that the daughter of the chief minister would win the elections, and you have been in the front of the whole fight for the state. How did you deal with that loss?
Well, first of all, I take 100% responsibility on myself for losing the election, because it's my fight individually. First point. Second point, both the parties, Congress and BJP, practically colluded. The Congress candidate literally stopped even campaigning and transferred the votes to BJP. But yet, I got more votes than my first election. And then I think mine was the record election, probably Guinness record election, where 186 candidates were fighting against me. So the number of EVMs was in the size of a room.
I remember coming.
So many voters got confused. About 20,000 votes got dispelled among the EVMs. I do feel and I do think that it is a technical loss, but yet loss is a loss in a democracy. That's why I say I accept full responsibility. Now it was a very humbling experience, but also a little bit disappointed because you work so hard. I did work as an MP, and I can claim with a lot of authority that probably not many MPs would have toured as many villages I have in my whole constituency. But when two political parties, major political parties, form a nexus against one party, the loss has happened. Learning from that and many more other experiences that come with the loss, I will work more hard. I will work with much more compassion towards my people and try to win their hearts back. So there's no purpose in losing hope. There's no harsh feelings towards anybody. Ultimately, I take full responsibility for my loss, and I will again work very hard to win my people.
You will be contesting hopefully for Parliament again 2024.
Well, party has to decide that.
But you are prepared to once again go for face elections.
I will. Once I came into the political life, I'm not an easy nut to give up and go away. I will stay, I will fight, I will win, and I will work for people.
One of the people who have become very important for the BJP, one from Nizamabad, Arvind Dharmapuri, and then the other person, Raja Singh, is suspended. How do you look at their politics, their continuous assertion, taking certain lines?
Well, the BJP as a party is like that, right? Their survival is on polarizing people. So these are little bit more goonish, the people that you spoke about, but it is the DNA of BJP. It is not different. As you say, apple doesn't fall away from the tree. They have imbibed every quality of BJP and added a little bit more of a goonish attitude to it. And they blatantly lie. My MP wrote a bond paper, gave it to the people and said a lot many things. And the language, the vulgarity that they carry, the hatred that they carry towards people, the way they dismiss women off, it really pisses me off. But that is how BJP is. That is what BJP is. So what can you do?
So one thing which I've always been a bit amused about is how the BRS, I feel, looks at the Congress and the BJP the similar way. In fact, I've asked KTR also this once, that for you, does the BJP and the Congress mean the same? Because their politics are not the same. Let us say 2024, you have to align with one party. Would you still look at both of them on an equal footing, or would you think the Congress is a bit better or the BJP is?
Well, Telangana had bad experiences with both the parties. BJP said, you vote for us once and we will give you 2 states. They right royally duped us. Then Congress multiple times duped people of Telangana, betrayed people of Telangana. BJP did not even do anything for us after the state is reorganized. So for us, everything is, as I said,
what about beyond Telangana? 2024 is not just about Telangana, right?
For us, it is about Telangana because, see, end of the day, any state, we are a federal nation, right? We are a federation of states. So if you are a federation, now tomorrow I need one of my rights to be protected. And if the party sitting there does not even resonate or understand with my rights. So for example, today, look at what is happening with Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Kaveri dispute. And I don't even understand why do they call these boards dispute resolution tribunals. They can say water sharing tribunals. You know, the language, the thinking itself is very dispute oriented in our nation. Here in Telangana, we had a issue with Maharashtra for water sharing. 2 projects, we have shared projects. One is Chanaka Kurata and the other one was the Kaleshwaram project. So my leader went to Maharashtra multiple times and we requested them. We asked them what the problem is. We worked at the state level. We got the issues resolved. As a result, we could build the world's largest lift irrigation scheme. Now the second shared project, we successfully completed the wet run yesterday and we will get water again to many, many lakhs of acres. Now, between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, whatever is happening with Kaveri, Karnataka there is Congress government. Tamil Nadu there is a government which is a minority partner is Congress. Why can't both of them sit and talk?
So you are saying if you make
No,
a
that
choice,
is a hypocrisy of Congress. That's what I'm saying. See, Congress or BJP, they never believe in solving issues. They never believing in, solving real issues for the people. Why don't they both
the
sit
BJP
together?
is criticized for much more than what the Congress was, right? The Congress faced a lot of flack for corruption mainly. But the BJP is accused of weakening democratic systems, including the courts. It is accused of smothering freedom of expression, of spreading communalism. Even in then, would you say that the BRS's choice would be simply looking at what Telangana wants and not whether BJP would give you more or the Congress? and not the entire national
You
situation.
should remember, Dhanya, that BRS now has become a national party. We are working in states like Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh. Tomorrow we will work in 100 other rest of the states also. And we believe in one thing, that any party which calls itself a national party should have a national plank, should have a universal policy, should have certain issues on which they are very, very clear about. We are very clear about it. What are issues between the states can be solved among the states. Why should the central government come, form, you have a prime minister to head a committee and no resolution? Where will the people? What will the people think? See, Dr. Vajpayee was the chairman of the Kaveri tribunal. Why won't you have a solution even if the prime minister is there? Then imagine the despair of the people. So we want to correct those systems, those practices, and we have practically done them here. We have a proof of concept how these things can be resolved, how farmers' issues can be resolved. So my point is very simple. Both the BJP and the Congress will never on the ground work for the people. That is our problem with them. That is
you
why
are forced
we
to
are
work with one of them.
equidistant right now with them. And I'll show you an example when post poll people had to make a decision. That is a time that you should think about, not now. Pre-poll having these alliances, trying to share seats, it's not going to work out. How will it work out? CPI and Congress are loggerheads in Kerala, and they are sitting there and saying, in the interest of the country, we'll work together. You work in Kerala first, no? In the interest of Kerala, you work for Kerala first. There they fight. Now CPI and TMC fight in Bengal. Now sitting in Delhi, they'll say we'll work together. How are they going to work? They're killing each other there in Bengal, literally killing each other's workers. So like that, Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi, Congress.
So you're
Punjab
saying you will take a
Congress.
decision only after the elections. It will not
I'm
be.
simply saying both these parties, both these INDI alliance, NDA alliance, are based on no ideology. INDA simply says we want to dislodge BJP from power. Okay, fair enough. What will you do for the people of this country? They have no clue. Look at Congress, yeah. Congress yesterday's manifesto in Karnataka is different, and today Telangana's manifesto is different. How are you even a universal policy party? What is your universal philosophy? You tell me. Nothing. Nothing. And it was the CWC who.
But most of the promises are the same in Telangana and Karnataka.
No.
At least the ones they've announced till now.
Look at the numbers, they are different. Look at the schemes, they are different. Tomorrow they'll go to Madhya Pradesh. You think they'll announce the same thing there? They will
I
not.
don't think the coffers are enough to make that announcement. Yeah.
That is not the issue. You are a national party. So today, BRS is a national party. We are giving 10,000 rupees per acre here in Telangana today. Tomorrow, if I go to Maharashtra, I'll have to say the same thing. Then only you are a national party. Otherwise, what is the point? These parties were duping us. They go ahead and announce national project status for Upper Bhadra when Karnataka elections were due. Prime Minister came here yesterday to a very backward district called Mahbubnagar, which luckily we transformed in the last 10 years. We requested him to announce a national project status for that particular district. No, he doesn't announce. What is the BJP's stand, you tell me? So they are very selective. The selective process is what we are against. That's why we want to maintain equal distance from both of them.
When we talk about solidarity, Chandrababu Naidu is in jail now. His son has been reaching out to literally every political party asking for support. Why has the BRS not said anything? Because you also believe, Naidu believes that he has been targeted by agencies. Same way you believe that you have been targeted by agencies. Why is it that nobody has?
We didn't go and ask for anybody's help. No, you fight your own fights. First thing. Second thing, if you want to fight unitedly, you should speak up on every issue. When Maharashtra's government was toppling, you should have spoken. Everybody. So in this country, unfortunately, we are very regional specific also. That's why we are a federation. So I really am not keen on talking about the politics that are happening in Andhra Pradesh. Those are my neighbor states. Yes, BRS is a national party. Our stand is that we are against excesses of agencies. We will extend our support everywhere. We have not said no. We have never said.
But you're saying Naidu did not speak up for various things which happened, so.
And not only Naidu. Everybody needs to introspect before blaming the other person that we need your support, or we never asked for our support anywhere. Half of my cabinet was raided. Many of our MLAs have been troubled by ED, IT, CBI. We never asked for any support. We understand this is the politics of this nation. You deal with it, yeah. You deal with it.
How will that actually pan out if all regional parties look at only what is happening within their states? For example, you explained why you're equidistant from the BJP and the Congress, right? But eventually, it's all also about the country. It's also about how agencies are being misused, not against one party. Now, I'm not saying all cases which the agencies are probing are wrong. There may be legitimate cases. But if regional parties do not come together, and surprisingly, your father, who actually tried to make a front, a third front, is now staying away from everything.
He is, because when you try to make a third front pre-poll, and you understand this, in this nation, pre-poll alliances mostly never worked. That is when TRS got transformed into BRS, because we believe very strongly that a national alternative in terms of a third party should be there, not in terms of a separate front, but a third political party which can stake claim in more than few states, which can tomorrow become a national alternative to both BJP and Congress. That is what we are trying to build. So that has been our stand, and that is why we changed our name, to show the people of India our commitment that we will work for Bharat as a whole. And that's why we call ourselves BRS.
But do you really think that you can actually...
We can. Why not? Why shouldn't a South Indian party think about the nation? We can, right?
But you have to put a lot of resources.
We will. Any political party will grow one step at a time, and we will now. Today, we are working in Maharashtra very closely, and we are making waves there. That is why you see tall leaders like Pawarji, Uddhav Thackerji constantly talking, criticizing BRS. So
why did you choose Maharashtra as a state to expand to first?
It's our natural border. We have about 1,000 kilometers natural border with Maharashtra, and many farmers from Maharashtra, many people from Maharashtra travel to and forth into Telangana, and my district is quite close to Maharashtra. There are many personal relationships between, roti beti ka sambandh hai hum donon ka. So it is very natural.
Roti beti ka?
Roti beti ka sambandh. Yani we share food, we marriages are also happening.
My Hindi is not up to the mark. Yeah. So that's why you chose Maharashtra.
That's why it's a natural expansion.
But are there other states that you're looking at?
Yes. We will expand into all the other states.
But you will be accused to be vote cutters eventually. As people who split votes.
That's the first thing that people will say. But once they understand that you are a strong and serious contender, then they'll all fall in place.
But you're really saying this is a long-term plan, that you will look at it for 5 years, 10 years, or it's something which you decided to do today and then will...
Again, you should remember the background of BRS and KCR. He's relentless. His perseverance is known across the nation. He took up the cause of Telangana. He did not rest until we achieved Telangana. Today, we want to work for the nation. We will not rest until we put people's agenda there. We will make a serious mark in this national politics.
I'm going to go to my final set of questions. The first is, why did the BRS decide to repeat almost all its MLAs? And there is going to be anti-incumbency. How much you discount it, it's still going to be there. Why not give chances to new people, one? And why did you decide to repeat so many of them?
Well, the party, when we discussed, and there were many surveys made, as a collective decision, it was a right choice, we believe, that to repeat majority candidates. As I said, BJP, BRS never ever discriminated among any constituencies. Like in many states, a Congress MLA is there, then you discriminate that constituency. A MLA from a different party is there, you don't give them enough funds. We've never done that. Our policy is universal across the state, every constituency. It could be irrigation, it could be pension, it could be Kalyan Lakshmi, or any of these projects that we talk about, they're universally given. So as a result, party itself has a strong vote base across every constituency. Candidate might be able to swing it a little bit here and there. So that reflected in most of our surveys. As a result, we gave tickets to pretty much all of them.
But I felt that there was some lack of consistency. For example, this MLA called Rajaya, he was dropped because I guess there were allegations against him of sexual harassment. There was another MLA, Putta Madhu. He is not accused, but he was linked with 3 murders at least, but he got a seat. So why is there no consistency if the BRS is taking a stand that we will not give seats to people who are accused of certain crimes, then why, of serious crimes, then why was this decision taken?
Well, that should be a moral responsibility of every political party, not to encourage criminals in the politics. There is no doubt about it. And you are very right. You said it yourself that our MLA is not accused. And today's social media, anybody can be linked with anything.
But he was arrested in one of the crimes. I don't know, in the sense that there was suspicion that he was involved in it.
No, I believe not. They were called for questioning. No arrest was ever made. Both wife and husband are active political workers. They went, answered the questions to the agencies, came back. And it is, unless you are an accused or proven guilty, no party or anybody can pass a verdict saying they're guilty. So that way, our party always has been very careful, very carefully examining who deserves a ticket or not. And that is a collective decision made by the party based on various scientific inputs. It's not a random decision.
What are the other inputs? How much is the party thinking that the BJP or the Congress will gain this time? Because I'm sure you have internal surveys almost every week telling you what is going to happen.
Well, BJP, I don't think will gain anything. First point. Second point, Congress will be a very distant rival. So BJP will be number three position very distantly. Congress will be number two. Also, like last time, we believe we will only increase our seats. See, first time we got 63, then 83. Now we are hoping that we will hit close to a century.
My last question to you, you have been in politics for this many years. How do you think the campaign this time will change? Because we have more players. We also have the BSP. R.S. Praveen Kumar is leading the party. You have the BJP, which is definitely putting a lot of attention into Telangana, and the Congress. How do you think the entire campaign phase is going to change?
Well, see, for BRS it has never changed. In Telugu, what we say is Pappanam Dintam Padayatra Chestam. So we generally try to touch every household, try to have that people-to-people engagement as much as we can. And we are very good in terms of campaigning because from the movement time, we always had a booth level Karyakartas in charge of the particular houses, etc. So that is our constant, very orthodox method. But it works because it is ultimately people to people who resonate well.
But
with.
issues may
There
change?
are no. I mean, today people have resorted to various campaign modes. Like some parties are making movies, some parties are doing social media stuff. Some party keeps spreading fake news. So now we have to counter all those tactics as well. But otherwise, issues for BRS always has been development, always has been progress. Nothing else matters to us. Other parties again try to bring in those issues. So for us, it is like countering those false propaganda made.
That's a full-time job now.
It is a full-time job. It is a full-time job. That's why in every village we also have active social media group everywhere in the party who keep dispelling the false news. And the kind of rumors these guys spread is alarming. In fact, at times it is worrisome. So we are effectively able to counter them. That's why we are nice, peaceful, and stable, and we will continue to.
Not producing a movie?
No,
Not yet.
no movie stuff. No.
Thank you very much. So that's the news. Kavitha is not yet thinking of producing a movie, but I think my big takeaway from the interview is that for the BRS, the Congress and the BJP remains equidistant. So 2024 is going to be a big mystery. Which way will the BRS go? Keep watching. We will be covering more of the Telangana elections. Thank you.